assault allegations against rap mogul Sean Diddy Combs.
Rapper Sean Diddy Combs.
Sean Diddy Combs.
It looks like the walls are finally starting to close in on Diddy. At first, the sexual assault accusations being hurled at him just seemed like rumors being aimed at him to add to the drama. But now there's no escaping reality. His whole world is about to be bulldozed, with Tiffany Red leading the charge. Trust me, you really wouldn't want to find yourself in Diddy's shoes right now. Keep watching till the end of this video to see Diddy freak-off survivor opens up about his abuse. Trust me, you don't want to miss this.
Before we get into the video, I want to give a quick shout out to the #1 celebrity jeweler, the Ice Champ. The Ice Champ is doing a special deal for the next 24 hours on diamond watches, chains, and more. Follow at The Ice Champ on Instagram now.
Scathing letter hits Diddy from Tiffany Red. Now, the Grammy-nominated singer-songwriter Tiffany Red, who has penned songs for the likes of Zendaya and Jason Derulo, among countless others, is corroborating allegations Cassie made against Diddy in a since-settled lawsuit. Recently, in an open letter, Tiffany Red detailed her experiences as both a close friend of and songwriter for Cassie. "I'm breaking my silence, freeing myself from haunting recollections, standing in solidarity with Cassie, and standing up for myself," she writes in the letter. "I fear for my safety as her suit alludes to me, although not by name. I hope by revealing my identity to the public will afford me some measure of protection." Tiffany Red says she became friends with Cassie in 2015 when they were working on an album that ultimately never came out. The lawsuit filed against Diddy, which has since been settled for an undisclosed amount, alleged that the Bad Boy Records founder forced Cassie into sex with male prostitutes on multiple occasions. Tiffany Red is alluded to in the lawsuit during one such incident on the night of Cassie's 29th birthday. Apparently, Tiffany Red first met Diddy on Cassie's 29th birthday at a hotel in Los Angeles. "You approached me and introduced yourself saying, 'So you're the one writing all these songs about me,'" she detailed in the letter. "I said yes, and you stared back and said, 'That means she's talking to you, huh?' I was uncomfortable because it seemed like you were talking about more turbulent parts of your relationship." The birthday party later moved to a karaoke venue called Blind Dragon, and Tiffany Red notes that it was instantly uncomfortable when Diddy and his bodyguard showed up. She claimed that Cassie was pulled out of the private karaoke room and into a different room. It seemed pretty suspicious, so she decided to follow Cassie and see if she was okay. She gave further details of that night in her letter, as she wrote, "When I walked out of the room, you had her backed into a corner in the hallway outside of the door, and your security surrounded you two as you cursed her out with your hands in her face." She also explained that she made eye contact with Cassie, and she could see that she wanted to leave the place. She said she looked very uncomfortable with fear in her eyes. She claimed Cassie was scared, and she felt helpless for not knowing what to do to save her friend or get her out of the situation. Prior to that incident, Cassie told Tiffany Red that Diddy was physically abusive towards her. Red stayed at Cassie's for the night while she went off with Diddy and his entourage, but she was later woken up in the early hours of the morning by Diddy yelling at Cassie. Later on, Cassie informed Tiffany Red that Diddy subjected her to what he called a freak-off, which is the same term Cassie used in her lawsuit. Per the lawsuit, he allegedly forced her to participate in these voyeurism fantasy freak-offs, which involved her having sex with male prostitutes so he could record videos, take pictures, and masturbate. Tiffany Red concluded her letter by saying, "Your abuse of power has inflicted ongoing harm on countless individuals, including myself, my friends, and my peers. You're hurting the very black and brown people you say you love and support. It pains me to write this letter to you as a black woman, but when will this cycle of abuse stop? It has to stop." Diddy's lawsuit with Cassie. Cassie sued Diddy in federal court on November 16th, accusing the hip-hop mainstay of rape and a decade-long pattern of abuse that began when she was 19 years old. The R&B singer, who was once signed to Diddy's label, Bad Boy Records, alleged sex trafficking, human trafficking, sexual battery, sexual assault and gender-motivated violence, among other causes of action. The filing claims his controlling behavior started when she met him in 2005. After she signed a deal with Diddy's record label the following year, he allegedly exerted complete control over her life, including her apartment, car, clothing, and even her medical records to keep her under his thumb. According to the lawsuit, he went so far as to target rapper Kid Cudi, who briefly dated Cassie in 2011 during a rough patch in Diddy and Cassie's relationship. Cassie also stated that after instances of violence, Diddy would often hide her in expensive hotels for days at a time to let her bruises heal as a means of covering up the attacks, like a 2009 encounter in which he allegedly stomped on her face, then forced her to hole up in a hotel room for a week. After years in silence and darkness, Cassie said in a statement she wrote through her lawyer, "I'm finally ready to tell my story and to speak up on behalf of myself and for the benefit of other women who face violence and abuse in their relationships." Diddy and Cassie's secret settlement. The two parties did not disclose the terms of the settlement, which came just one day after Cassie filed the lawsuit. "We decided to resolve this matter amicably," Diddy said in a statement on November 18th. "I wish Cassie and her family all the best. Love." By reaching an agreement out of court, Diddy avoided new, likely damaging evidence being made available during the process of legal discovery. Just so we're clear, a decision to settle a lawsuit, especially in 2023, is in no way an admission of wrongdoing, Ben Brafman, Diddy's lawyer, said in a statement on November 20th. He further stressed that Diddy was happy they were able to reach an agreeable settlement and wishes Cassie the best. About a week after Cassie filed the initial lawsuit against her ex-partner Diddy, a man who used to lead Diddy's security operation came forward with a cryptic message on Instagram. Roger Bonds, who used to work with Diddy a decade ago, shared several images of himself in public with the couple. The accompanying caption read, "I'm willing to tell the truth, because for so many years I was quiet." Bonds included a screenshot of Cassie's lawsuit in the post. Bonds was named in the singer's lawsuit, alleging he intervened during a 2009 incident in which Diddy allegedly attacked her in Los Angeles. Not only did Bonds back Cassie's side of the story, but he also suggested he saved many other women from being abused by Diddy. Other times, Diddy was accused of sexual assault. Allegedly, there's a long list of women who were assaulted by Diddy just before Cassie. On November 23, 2023, Diddy was hit with a second lawsuit just after he had sorted out the first lawsuit that came from his ex-girlfriend. The lawsuit came from a woman accusing him of sexually assaulting her while she was a student at Syracuse University in 1991. According to the lawsuit, Diddy and the lady had eaten at a Harlem restaurant before heading to a studio that was owned by Diddy. He then escorted her to another location before allegedly drugging and assaulting her. The unidentified victim also claimed that Diddy filmed the assault and shared the video with other men. The accuser claimed that she was a victim of revenge